So we are going to derive a quadratic formula using completing the square, and we will be starting with this equation. This is a quadratic equation in standard form. Let's start by copying the problem. Going to divide by a to each term. Cancel the a. Zero over a is 0. We're going to subtract c over a to both sides, which is the same thing as moving c over a to the other side, changing the sign. In completing the square, we're taking the coefficient of the second term, b over a, divided by 2, and square it, and we're going to add it. When doing that, we'll do the same to the other side of the equal sign so that we don't change the equation. I'll show you how to simplify this real quick. B over a divided by 2, which is the same thing as b over a divided by 2. Any whole number has a denominator of 1. You're going to take the reciprocal of that. So b over a times, changing division to time, taking the reciprocal, which is 1 over 2. Multiply b to 1, b over 2a. The simplified form will substitute that, rewriting it, a squared plus b over a b squared is b squared, 2a squared is 4a squared. I'm just switching places using additive community property. You're gonna find the common denominator between 4a squared and a by multiplying a with 4a and to the numerator. That gives me 4ac over 4a squared. Recopying again. Since the denominator is the same, we can combine the two complex fractions into one big complex fraction. So b squared minus 4ac all over 4a squared. Completing the square, x plus b over 2a square, and I'm gonna show you why this becomes this before we move on. Let's do that over here. We're going to expand the square. And we're going to use the FOIL method. X times x is x squared. X times b over 2a is plus b over 2ax. And the middle to middle plus b over 2ax. Last to last, that's plus b over 2a squared. X squared. We're going to combine like term here. Gives you 2b over 2ax plus b over 2a squared. We're going to cancel the 2. X square plus b over ax b over 2a square. This is how that become this. Let's move on. Now we're going to solve for x, taking the square root of both sides. That will need a plus minus whenever you take the square root of both sides. b minus 4ac square root of a square, that cancels each other out, leaving you with the base, which is x plus b over 2a equals 2. And we're going to split the square root from between the denominator and the numerator. So the top will stay the same. Square root of 4a square, that gives you, oh, forgot that. Oh, I think we forgot the square here. B square minus 4ac all divided by square root of 4 is 2, square root of a square is a. Rewrite this. Next, we will subtract b over 2a to both sides, which is the same thing as moving this over, changing the sign. Since the denominator is the same, we can combine the two complex fractions into one big fraction. b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And that's it. This is the quadratic formula. you have any question or comment, please leave them down below, and thank you.